today we were going to be playing some Amulet Titan in Modern, continuing our Primeval Titan series in Modern, which is relatively short because there's only like 3 or 4 decks that are technically Primeval Titan centric decks. I mean, you could stretch it a little bit with some Devotion or Tooth and Nail strategies, which we might do just for argument's sake, but alright, so Amulet Titan is the predecessor to, or the possessor, however you want to call it, to Bloom Titan? Summer Bloom? Which was a card that was for 1 and a green, allowed you to play 3 additional lands in a turn. It was subsequently banned about 2 years ago now. Reason being is it enabled a lot of turn 2 Primeval Titans, which was just entirely too quickly. Turn 3 Primeval Titans are already pretty ridiculous in Modern. So, deck centers around Amulet of Titan with bounce lands to produce a bunch of fast mana. Uses Azusa and Explore to hit additional land drops, in addition to Secure Tribe Scout. Primary win con is Primeval Titan, going to get Slayer Stronghold and Boros Garrison. Give your Titan +2/+0 Vigilance and Haste. Go and get a Vesuva copying Sunhome Fortress of the Legion as well. So you've got a 16 or 18 whatever double striking Titan. Frequently ends the game very quickly. Also has the ability with Primeval Titan going and fetching Teleria West and a bounce land, bounce Teleria West to chain Primeval Titans, so it can also be very difficult to grind out the Primeval Titan deck. So this may be one of the more resilient Primeval Titan decks, but if all 4 Primeval Titans get answered, deck can often have problems winning, hence why you have things like Tireless Tracker in the deck, as well as different threats in the sideboard for various different matchups. We will go ahead and get into a league here. The Friendly Modern League. Has been a little bit since I've played this deck, so I will apologize for any mistakes I might make. Last deck we played was last Friday. We played a Black-White Gideon's deck, which we will get back to eventually. But tonight I am going to be playing some Amulet Titan. Hopefully we will not time out, as this deck can get quite grindy. Someone already with 11 trophies, that's a little redonkulous. So, alright, back talking about the deck. Deck has a lot of tutoring and resiliency. Like, you have Walking Ballista and Engineered Explosives you can go and get with Teleria West, in addition to Summoner's Packs and Pack of Negation. You have your Acceleration with Secure Tribe Scout, Explore, and Azusa, as well as Amulet of Vigor. The deck is a little less reliant on Amulet of Vigor as it has been in the past, but still, that enables the more explosive and stronger kills. And a lot of the deck's functionality comes from lands and from the sideboard. Teleria West obviously allows you to go get all your 0-mana spells. Slayer Stronghold and Sunhome are important to the acceleration kills, but you also have Radiant Fountain to gain life against decks like Burn, Colony Garden to make chump blockers, and to play around things like Liliana of the Veil, Ghost Quarter to break up manlands, and Valakut and Tron, and Cavern of Souls to play around counterspells. 2 forests in the main deck to play around things like Ghost Quarter, etc., which can be quite disruptive to the deck, and also allows you some main deck out to Blood Moon. In addition to that, we also have a sideboard Bajuka Bog for graveyard decks, another Ghost Quarter for decks like Valakut and Tron, Swallowing Song for anything where we want counter spells against instants and sorceries, Sealed Primordium primarily for Blood Moon, but also against decks like Affinity. Reclamation Sage, same thing, another out to Blood Moon, Tireless Tracker, in addition to the one main deck for grindier matchups, Kozilek's Return, and so on and so forth. Alright, so this deck will be very time consuming. Alright, so this hand, we have no acceleration, no plays until turn 2. I think this is a mulligan. This hand's a little bit better. We'll put Dismember on the bottom because we don't know what we're up against. Oh joy. Either Death Shadow or some type of, yeah, looks like Death Shadow. It can be a pretty brutal matchup. Especially since they'll probably be able to take our Amulet here. Oh, Serum Visions, okay. So we'll be able to get Amulet down here, which is probably our most important card. And then go from there. Ancient Stirring, so even if they take, go ahead and play out Amulet here. Grove of the Burn Willows is tech for Death Shadow, pretty much exclusively giving your opponent life. So, did want to get the Amulet down. They could have something like Kolaghan's Command to deal with it, but I think it's safer on the battlefield than in our hand, so that is something to keep in mind. And it is passing. So we have an Azusa here. So the problem with Azusa is our opponent could easily kill it in response to anything we do. So I think we go ahead and play Teleria West here. Trigger Resolve. Go ahead and cast a Ancient Stirrings. Hope to find something good here. Teleria West and a bunch of lands. All right, I'll take the Teleria West or the other Grove. Maybe the Grove. And put that. And I think we just pass here. The objective is going to be to keep our opponent's life total as high as possible to make Death Shadow a non-starter. A Dismember might have been good, but, you know. Might be staring down a Delph out of here. So our opponent can't really afford to deploy a Delve, or they can afford to deploy a Delve threat, but they can't afford to deploy a well, maybe they can afford to deploy Death Shadow, I guess. Second Grove is giving them a lot of pause. Not that we have any plays here. Excuse me. Alright, opponent's going to 9? Sure. Alright, there's a Death Shadow. Alright, there's a Prime Time. So, okay. Play out an Azusa here. Play this. Trigger. Turn the Teleria West to our hand. Play the Vesuva. Copying one of those. Playing out a Ancient Stirrings, finding us a, I guess a Summit Growth Chamber? I don't even know. And pass. Our opponent has a 1/1. See if they have any way to actually see what they have here. Do. No blocks. Is this K command? Looks like it. Where are they getting back? Okay. Delphi. That's what it looks like to me. Alright, so play that out. Green life, green life, green life. And that. Get a Primeval Titan into play. Yes. Go and get Slayer's Stronghold and Boros Garrison. Turning what? I guess Gruul Turf to my hand. And pass. See if our opponent has something like a Terminate here. If they don't, we could be in really good shape. If they do, this could get really rough. Alright. See what else our opponent has here. We got Snapcaster Kolaghan's command. What, get back Gurmag? Alright, so green, green, green. Death Shadow is now dead. So transmute. Get that. Go get another Summoner's Pact. Cast Summoner's Pact. Get another Prime Time. Play out the Prime Time. Go and get Teleria West. And, okay, opponent concedes. Sure. Alright. So we're up against things and stuff. Cards make sense, what cards do not. So I think our opponent has issues beating. Ballista is okay, but not great. I don't know. Probably one Hornet Queen, probably one Rourke Thar. Do I want Rourke Thar? I do play a lot of instants and sorceries. So what cards do I not want? Probably don't need... I mean, Ghost Quarter's fine, but probably not entirely necessary. Cavern of Souls, yeah, might be if they have something like... Bring in Bajuka Bog. What card am I taking out? Maybe Radiant Fountain? I mean, Incremental Life might help, but they do deal damage in quite a bit of chunks. Ghost Quarter, Radiant Fountain, Swan Songs, Seal, Reclamation Sage, Tireless Tracker. I think this is more of a like big dumb idiot parade than anything else. Maybe get like one Azusa out of here. Try it like that. Alright, so what does this hand do? Turn one, and it's likely to be disrupted, but I mean, this deck has... Yeah, we'll keep this hand. Opponent passes. Possible they have something like Fatal Pusher. Forest, play out a Tribe Scout. Pass. Good chance this just dies. Maybe not. Serum, yep, Thought Scour. Lightning Bolt, sure. Alright, Amulet of Vigor. Play out Amulet. And pass. Continues to shock themselves, unfortunately. You seriously have K command here. Okay. Probably taking Azusa here. Yep. Comes a Death Shadow. Love to draw a Grove of the Burn Willows here. Gets us some looks at it anyway. The order. Play that. Pass to our opponent. Killing Death Shadows with... That does feel pretty good. How'd you kill your opponent's Death Shadows? A land. Alright, so... Play this. Not really interested in the... I guess the burst of mana is nice, but go ahead and return that to our hand. 2, 3, 4. And pass. Probably making some errors somewhere in here, but oh well. Yeah, I could actually have played a Titan next turn if I had left Garrison in play. Snapcaster, what? Thoughtseize? Or Serum Visions? No, Thoughtseize. Okay, well, you're getting one of our Primeval Titans. Azusa. How much does that change the math? 2, 3. Play out Azusa. One land, 2 lands, 3 lands. Pass to our opponent. I mean, obviously, if they have K command here, we're now probably should have kept one of those lands in my hand as K command insurance. Guess K command could just blow us up here. Another Snapcaster? Okay, what's this one targeting? Lightning Bolt. Okay. Yeah, I felt like a Thoughtseize here. We could be in some trouble. Pact of Negociation. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 7 mana here. So do that. That, and that. Play out some prime time. Yes. Go and get Teleria West and Cement Growth Chamber. Turn the Teleria West to our hand. And pass the turn. And opponent scooped it up. Alright, well. I always thought that was a bad matchup, but that went pretty well. So, Amulet tightening people seems to be going fairly well so far. Though admittedly, we did get a little bit lucky that our opponents did not have their most explosive draws. And Grove of the Burn, Grove of the Burn Willows did kind of punish some of their sloppier draws. So, being able to kill multiple Death Shadows with your lands is a nice problem to have. So, like to play first against Solidify. Yes, I would. Upon good luck. And just hand you. This hand's a little slow. That into that into that. I mean, we'll keep it, but it is a little on the slow side. Get our 0-1 into play and pass. Hmm. I wonder what we are up against. Either burn or... Oh, yep. No guarantee this will live beyond this turn, so may as well do what we can. Alright, so bring this colony garden back to our hand. Probably should have used it to cast Ancient Stirrings. I'm an idiot. Oh well, what do you do? Guessing Eidolon. Yep. Eidolon, little doggy, Eidolon. Alright, on a positive note, this does mean we get to play Azusa without any type of interference from our opponent. Other than, you know, the whole taking 2 damage thing. Alright, so play out Colony Garden. Get a blocker out of the deal. Play out Boros Garrison. Turning what? Forest to our hand? 2, 3, 4, 5. Turn a Forest to our hand. Next turn we can Summoner's Pact for... Yeah, we should be in pretty good shape this game. And that's even before we get the sideboard cards. So... Mono red burn, huh? Hopefully our opponent doesn't have, like... Alright, Searing Blaze on Azusa. Yeah, that's fine. Azusa's already done her damage. Block that. Go to 10. Excuse me. Alright, hit yet another Summoner's Pact. So 4, 5, 6, yeah. Get this, go to 8. Go ahead and grab a Prime Evil Teton. Prime time. On that, Prime time. Let's go and get... It's unlikely our opponent will be able to deal with it, but need to be able to pay for Summoner's Pact, so Suva and Radiant Fountain. Choose only one copy. Guess we copy Colony Garden here. Make a chump blocker. Gain some life. And pass. Got one guide, sure. No attacks by our opponent. Alright, so we have to pay green, 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 green. Yes. Okay, Girl Turf. So 1, 2. What is the best way to play around this? Our opponent wants to use their entirety of their board to get rid of our Primeval Titan. That's fine. Yes, I will go and get Vesuva and what? Vesuva and Cement Growth Chamber. Copy that. Untap. Turn a land. Gain some life. Their opponent choose to block, they do not. Okay, come on, Mr. Mouse. Where are you? There you go. Gain some more life. 2, 3, 4. Walking Ballista. Playing around. A wonderful card. Like. And our opponent scoops up. Alright, so admittedly we got a little bit lucky. We were on the play that game. We really didn't have our best cards in the matchup. So what cards are good? Here on the draw. So something like Rorgthar is fine. Tireless Tracker is kind of nonsense. We shave one Azusa. Don't necessarily need Cavern of Souls. Ghost Quarters kind of sketch. Okay, we want Baloth and Baloth. Kozilek's Return is tempting. Just like a one of Kazi's Return. Or is it supposed to be Engineered Explosives here? Guess we'll try it like this. What am I doing? These Dismembers shouldn't even still be in my deck. Alright, well, this is a great hand, except the whole no lands thing. So what does this hand do? And we'll keep his hand. Seems reasonable. Bounce land, yep. Probably about what we're looking for here. Turn 1 Goblin Guide, we'll get the land to our hand. It's like we didn't even mulligan. So we draw Explore. Do we cast here? We go with Scout. They want to blow a burn spell, that's less damage going to our dome. Yep. Taking 3 here, not great. Rorgthar on top. I want to have a bolt for this. No blocks. Alright, so there's Rorgthar. Then explore. Draw a card. I'll dismember. Not really what we're looking for here. Turn, what, the forest to our hand? Pass to our opponent. Don't know that we're winning this game. Put that onto the battlefield. See if our opponent plays anything post-combat here. Amulet of Vigor. Well, may as well play Baloth here. If they have Skullcrack, they have Skullcrack, which looks like they do, as fast as they're moving. Yep, Skullcrack. Skullcrack. Okay. Gonna offer up an attack. They're not. Okay. So, okay. One. Play out Engineered Explosives. Or one. Go ahead and get rid of all your idiots. Play out an Amulet. Play this. No, not really. Still some amount of chance I could die here, but, you know, whatever. Alright, see what our opponent has here. Alright, so play that. That. Primeval Titan. Yes. We will get... Let's see, Radiant Fountain. And... Cement Growth Chamber. This is a little bit foolish the way I staggered this, but, you know, whatever. Turn that to my hand. Play that out. Okay. Guess we can play that out. I'm gonna use Deflecting Palm. That's the only target you're getting, friend. Boros Charm? Yep. Still a chance we're dead here. As annoying as that is. Alright, an opponent scoops up. Sweet. 2-0 with Amulet Titan. So. Oh well. I have a feeling this will be the last match for right now. And we'll pick this up later. So. Feels pretty good so far. Deck feels pretty well balanced now. But guess we will see. I haven't run into any truly broken combo decks yet either, so that has aided our progress a little bit. Death Shadow and Burn are both pretty fair overall. As far as a turn 4 format can be, anyway. Really haven't had any truly degenerate or broken draws so far. We're up against ATM Jedi. So this game would be fine if we had green mana, but we don't, so I think it's mulligan. This hand isn't great, but I think it's fun. I think we're looking for one of those. Marsh Flats, go. This, nope, some type of Thoughtseize. Well, not sure if you take Summoner's Pact or Tireless Tracker here. Probably Summoner's Pact. Tireless Tracker, okay. Play out Teleria West and go. Not sure what we're up against. Oh, this might be the stupid. Nope, Gen Pyromancer deck of some kind. Alright. Dismember would be a good draw here. Azusa isn't horrible, but it's not particularly great here. Opponent's going to be able to make a bunch of idiots. Potentially. And, okay. Alright, so play that. Green. Play out Azusa here. Play a land. Play a land. And I think that'll be all for this turn. Now Azusa dies. Yeah. So I should have... okay, this is definitely the Mardu deck. Alright, here come the idiots. Now, okay. Giant. Alright, so... green... green... that... Play a prime time. Go and get... yes. Like to get a bounce land. Get a bounce land and a Teleria West. Turning one of the Teleria West to our hand. And then we'll pass. Hopefully our opponent doesn't have another Terminate here. Let's hope they're flashing back Lingering Souls. Excuse me. Just attacking with the spirits. Alright, now what do you do? So we're going to attack with Prime Time first. Use this to get... Yes. Use this to get a Radiant Fountain. And... what else am I getting here? Radiant Fountain and Slayer Stronghold. Give him some life. Presumably our opponent has like a bolt here then with that kind of block. Summoner's Pact. Go get another Titan. Can hold the Teleria West in her hand for either a Walking Ballista or a Engineered Explosives. Alright, opponent just scoops it up. So, okay. See if these stupid decks sometimes play Blood Moon. I don't know. Because if they do, I want some type of hedge against Blood Moon. If not, okay, cards do we want? Definitely want that. Definitely want the second Engineered Explosives. Bedlam. Reveler. So that's the deck we're up against. There's a Bedlam Reveler deck. These decks typically play, some amount of Blood Moons in the sideboard. So, we want Reclamation Sage, we want Seal of Primordium, probably want the Kozilek's Returns. Cards do we not want? This member seems pretty poor. I mean, it's kind of a grindy matchup, kind of not. So I might want the one of, maybe we could cut an Explorer, cut an Azusa, and then look to shave Ghost Quarter and maybe Cavern of Souls. Try it like this. Maybe I should have brought in Bajuka Bog. I guess there's some consideration for that. Does have a bit of a This hand is slow as molasses. Does have Kulagon's Command. Yeah, we'll keep it. Has a K Command, has some life gain. K Command's probably getting discarded though. Figured as much. Alright, Reclamation Sage, sure. Hopefully our opponent doesn't have like turn 3 Blood Moon here. That's one of the vulnerabilities of this particular hand. Yep, Young Pyromancer, sure. Tireless Tracker is not horrible. Go ahead and return this Radiant Fountain to our hand and pass. Really need to find one of our basic forests. Okay, there's Pyromancer, that's for 2. And another Young Pyromancer. It's getting a little scary. Oh, that's a card. Yep, if you have a K command, that could get ugly. Alright, so what is the scariest play here? It's like a wear tear. Oh, bolt to the face. And do you have another bolt? Looks like no. Alright, so you got a couple of Dorkos out of the deal. And pass. Maybe pass. Alright, so play that. Actually, do I just want to crack this now? So lay out the Gruul Turf. Turn the Radiant Fountain to hand. Play out Explore here. Play out a Radiant Fountain. Gain some more life. Crack this. Get rid of your Young Pyromancers. And pass. Alright, doesn't look like our opponent brought in Blood Moon, which is important to note. Alright, they're the Swift Spear version. Okay. We're getting hit for 3 here. So what are they sitting on? Like kill spells? Alright, play out the Ancient Stirrings. Let me see, Amulet of Vigor and Forest. I think we'll take the Forest, play around. Yeah, it does suck the bottom of those cards though. That was some foolish play here. Huh. I am punting this game hardcore. He's probably just gonna die like a Terminator or something. Terminator a bolt. Does make me wonder what the heck they kept. One, two, three, four, five, six. So what are the odds that a Primeval Titan lives here? Not very high. Time to chain some Titanos. Prime time. Actually, I suppose there was some argument for getting... Hornet Queen here. Yes. We will get Teleria West and Smith Growth Chamber. Turning Radiant Fountain to our hand. Play Radiant Fountain. Gain some life. Wonder if our opponent's sitting on like all artifact destruction over there. Because I mean, like, nothing's dying. Nothing's being discarded. Unless they're sitting on like Bedlam Reveler. Alright, Dreadbore, sure. Not that this was unexpected that they're sitting on some type of kill spell. Going to 12. Alright. Pay. Alright. Undo. Pay. Pay and pay. Yes. Play out that. Play out that. I am screwing up something fierce this game. Bedlam Reveler's got to be close to coming down. Extirpate on that. Okay. I mean, we still have ways to win this game. It does suck we're losing all of our prime times. What did I board in exactly? I guess mainly... Yep, no blocks. And Lingering Souls? Nope. Okay. Alright, we draw a Walking Ballista, which is a good one. Pact of Negation, solid draw. Let's float a mana, run out of Simic Growth Chamber. Get a clue. Turn that to our hand. So 3, 4, 5, 7, 8. Yeah, may as well run that out for 4. Start attacking with Tireless Tracker here. Pass. Pact of Negation is going to buy us a lot of equity here. Inquisition of Kozilek. Much do I care? Yeah, guess we let Inquisition resolve. Bedlam Reveler. Sure. Yeah, and Sorin and another Bedlam Reveler. Okay. No good attacks. End of turn. Cracker the Clue. Colony Garden. Okay, Ancient Stirrings. That was a foolish draw. So Grove of the Burn Willows, Vesuva, and I am making so many punts in this game. Attack with Tireless Tracker. Sure. Yeah, we already played a land this turn, so pass. Ballista as a 1-of is kind of insane, actually. No, I'm not risking getting punked out by whatever you might have. So, decisions, opponent. Okay, command. Turn Bedlam Reveler on the stick. Turn Preacher. 2 damage to you. Turn Bedlam Reveler. Sure. And punt scooped up. Alright, well. So I guess they were hoping for like a burnout plan here. Not really sure what they were going for. Amulet, Teleria West. Yeah, I mean, even with prime time there, even with only one prime time cast, we're still able to kind of outgrind our opponent there. So I really like the way this particular version of Amulet Titan is built. It feels pretty well balanced and pretty feels like a lot of the kinks in the old versions of the deck when this deck was first starting to be reformed after the bannings. Feels like a lot of the kinks have been worked out. It's pretty smooth. I mean, granted, we've been playing mid-range decks, which this deck should feast on anyway, and then burn, which has always been a fairly decent matchup for Amulet Titan. So, don't know how much we can take from that. But overall, 3-0 start in this league. Going to be taking a short break, probably be back in about an hour or so to finish up the league, and then maybe move on to some other stuff. Hopefully, Mana Traders will have access to Chandras by then, so we can actually start streaming some fun standard decks, but Amulet Titan in the meantime definitely feels like the real deal again. So we'll be back here in about an hour for anyone watching now, and anyone watching on YouTube later, there will be a second part. So thank you everyone for tuning in.